Good evening, y'all. It's a Friday evening out here in the barn. Just wanted to give you an update of where we're at with the Chevelle. Unfortunately, it's been a bumpy road, but things take time, and I understand people are busy, especially local machine shops and stuff. Um, Appreciate Slow Motion Motorsports for getting me back in after the debacle with the Pistons that we had from Summit Racing, and they're supposed to finish my stuff up tomorrow, so hopefully I can go pick it up tomorrow and start assembling it. But I wanted to give everybody a little update on where I'm at the moment. As you can see, it's sitting right there. Done some paint work up front and kind of tidied some things up. This is kind of my plan moving forward here in the next couple weeks. Okay, everybody. First update we got is pulled this sucker out. This is my 350 turbo transmission, short shaft. In working condition with the TCI 3000 stall converter that I've been using since I've pretty much owned the car. I got this up on Marketplace for $600. Runs and shifts great. I don't know what inner workings are, if it's stock, but it did shift fairly decent for what power I was making at the time. But anybody needs a good used 350 turbo with a adjustable vacuum modulator on the back and a TCI stall converter. I think it's an 8-inch converter, I believe, maybe a 10. I don't know the measurements. I don't know the size of it, but I know it's a 3000 stall. That's about what I could get out of it. So there's that. I'm replacing it with a shout out to Rob Hilburn for giving me a good deal on a used 700 R4 out of I think it was 84 F-body Camaro or Firebird. So it's got the 27 spline shaft. So we're sending it over to Hard Shift Transmissions in Johnstown to get it upgraded to 30 spline and all new upgrades inside of it. So I think it's going to be level 3 or level 4. So I'm supposed to pick it up next week, hopefully. So we'll see what that looks like. All right. So what we got so far is we've got MLS gaskets, head gaskets, ready to go. Timing cover gasket set there. Got my Moroso 7-quart pan that I picked up off Marketplace, pretty cheap. I got this aluminum intake manifold specifically for my build here. Put this little divider plate in here. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not, but I went ahead and port matched the gaskets to a 1206. I think I did a pretty good job for being a rookie. Just port matched them to the gaskets and just kind of buzzed them on in there. And I think I got them lined up pretty good. I put them on the cylinder heads, and I think I got a pretty good match to it. So I think that's going to work out really good for what I'm looking for. So we got that. So what else I got? Okay, I think everybody's seen these so far. I'm just going to show them off again because I'm so proud of these. These are the Promax 64cc chambered 220cc CNC ported intake runners, 23-degree cylinder heads, good enough for flat tappet camshaft, which I have right here. I'm using my camshaft that I've been running in this car since I've owned it. It's a Comp Cams 295H, I believe. So it's hydraulics, flat tappet. And we've got a couple of little things from Jegs here, some fittings, my 1206 gaskets. I've got some ARP bolts, hardware, my timing set, and then the Cloyes cast aluminum timing cover for it. I'm going to upgrade to the 20AN, I believe, radiator hoses. I got to get my radiator marked up and get it these bungs welded to it, inlet and outlet. This is my Summit Racing aluminum water pump that I'm going to use, and I'm going to get this. I'm going to TIG weld that on the end of it so I can go all AN fittings. I got some MSD street spark plug wires in the back there, and then there's the filler neck that has the AN style fitting for the filler neck, top of the intake manifold. I went ahead and upgraded to an Jegs branded MSD / clone Pro Billet distributor. Still got to get an ignition box for it. I got a couple ideas for that on the way. I think I may have shown these before as well. I can't really see it, but those are my roller rockers that I upgraded to. These are PRW. I've got these a couple months ago from a guy. Gold roller tip rockers, a set that I believe are 1.6 ratio. Give me a little bit extra lift on my camshaft. And my stock lifters back here that goes with this camshaft that I got underneath here. And then I went ahead and upgraded to a Melling high volume, high pressure cast oil pump with shaft, and then the Moroso 8 1/4 deep pickup. I'm going to get welded to the end of that. That goes with this oil pump, or this oil, excuse me, oil pan. There you go. So this is what I'm working with right now. Hopefully I can start assembling this short block tomorrow and get the long block together by the end of the weekend. That's the goal there. And then we've got I got all AN fittings for a rear mounted fuel pump and filter from Jegs, all Jegs components. Got that. I got the main fuel line completely tore out of the Chevelle underneath the car at the moment. So I got to get that set up. And then went ahead and went with a 3000 RPM stall converter for the 700 R4 when I get it back. So a couple other things that I'm still needing to pick up. Any recommendations on a good shifter? I don't know if I want to keep it on the column. Since this is a 3-speed column, might want to put a 4-speed ratchet style shifter on the floor. I got me a console for it. I'll update you on the next video on what that's going to look like. And then this guy right here. So I believe I've done some measuring. My intake manifold is going to be about 1 1/4 inches, 1.5 inches taller. So the old setup on this one, this hood right here, with the wing nut, with a 4-inch element filter style, right there. That's what I had on there before. Made the wing nut would start scraping the bottom of the inside of the hood. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on a GlassTec Sunoco 5-inch cowl hood, fiberglass. That going to mount up to this bad boy here, and probably have to get it painted. I will have to get it painted, so I'm going to have to color match this. This car is actually factory Malibu 307 automatic with the bench seat car. So, and it shows Placer Gold. So I looked at Placer Gold, which is obviously not this gold. This is a different aftermarket gold. So I'm going to have to take the hood and get it color matched. And I have to have somebody help me paint it. And then as you can see, I went ahead and made me a nice carbon fiber plate for the firewall, cover up some of that ugliness behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and mount the ignition box on there, and then have my fuel line come up here, and my fuel pressure regulator mount to it as well, and come and feed the carburetor. Mount the coil to it too as well. So yeah, so I got ignition system, continued to upgrade. Just continue what I was saying. So yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and, I don't know if I want an MSD. They're kind of pricey. I think there's a couple other options for me that I might end up going with, but trying to get the spark up to where it needs to be for this new horsepower that I'm going to be making. I think it would be a good thing for me to do. So that's kind of an update for this evening. I'm going to hopefully pick my stuff up from the machine shop tomorrow and get putting a short block together. And I'll just maybe throw all this together in one video. So fingers crossed we pick up my parts tomorrow. So thanks for watching for today. Hopefully continue tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, May whatnot, I don't know. May 3rd, maybe? Yeah, May 3rd. Been out in the barn, straightening it up. Jackson and I worked on new electrics up here today. Let's see what we got. All right, so Jackson and I worked on this yesterday. He was nice enough to lend his services to his old man, but we ended up with another run of conduit across the top. And then on down to some more outlets right there behind my toolbox, my auxiliary toolbox. And then it goes up across on over the trusses there and down over here so I can work on some other things if I have some, need some electrical needs over there. So pretty cool. So let me show you what I'm working on today. All right, so I've got my Vulcan ProTig 205 set up at 180 amps for aluminum on DC current, I believe. AC current, sorry. Yeah, it's for welding aluminum, dumb nuts. Anyway, so I just started off with some practice, starting to get some beads laid down. I got them a little too hot on some ports, but it was my first attempt. And I got my settings all right on my argon settings at pretty much 30 CFM flow, running 180 amps. And this was my project for today. So I've already posted a picture of this already, but so I came up and I welded on this 20 AN fitting on the end of my water pump. This is a cast surface versus a billet aluminum. And for a rookie, I think I managed to start rolling some beads over there. I think I did a pretty good job for a rookie, my first time doing it. Little pinhole right there, hopefully. And it's not a pinhole, it's just where I let off the pedal and let the argon flow over top of it. But yeah, so we got my cast aluminum water pump welded on for a 20 AN fitting. And then next up is two more here. One of them, I believe, let me see here. I've got, yeah, this has already got it. This will go on top of for my water neck, and then I'll just do a 90/20 AN fitting to the top of the radiator. So this will go to the top of my radiator. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do thin aluminum this to my radiator or not. I might try it. Don't know. My buddy Jimmy Stewart helped me out with it, but so yeah, got some welding today. Put this guy back so I don't lose it. All right. Yeah, but over here playing with my welder and bam, got it. Hallelujah. So I'm just updating this weekend, working out in the barn, getting ready to go out and cut the grass for today in Weaver's garage, this episode anyway. Still waiting on my parts from the machine shop. I'll just leave it at that. Hope to progress throughout the week and next weekend, and get ready for assembling this 358 small block Chevy into my Chevelle. Going to land in here. So yeah, working on it slowly but surely. Stainless steel headers right there. Oh yeah, let's go. I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. Tell your friends and all your friends about it. Keep on joining the team here, and we'll continue to progress as we move along. Have a good weekend. God bless. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Weaver's Garage out here on a Friday evening. Got some good news. Look what showed up today. Bam! How about that? We now have a 40 over 010 block. Got it back from my machine shop. I'll mention their name here in just a minute. I want to give them some props for getting me through the system as fast as they could. Given the timeline and stuff with the issues with the wrong pistons that I got from Summit Racing. We got it all sorted out. They got me through the system as quickly as they could, and I appreciate it. very, very much. So we have the block ready to go. Now it's time for the tedious part of getting my new piston rings to the set gap that I want to go with for this particular engine. My forged pistons are all set up, ready to go. All I got to do is get these piston rings set for each bore. Right there. With that guy right there. Yep, that's my piston ring filer that I bought. It's clamped to the table there, getting ready to start getting my piston rings set. So, still debating on where to go. I think, unfortunately, the previous set of pistons and piston rings that I got were filed to 24 thousandths for the top ring. And the new pistons that I have here have different ring pack dimensions. So I had to pick up another set of piston rings for these guys. So everything's been balanced, ready to go. Let's go ahead and get these piston rings filed. I'll show you how I do the first one. All right, so here's what I'm decided to go with. I'm not running any nitrous or any boost or anything. So I'm going to go top ring 020, second ring 022, and oil ring at 015. So that's what I'm going to choose. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top ring here, assemble it in the hole, get it level with the piston, and then measure it, see where it's at right out of the package. Okay, got the piston ring installed and got it leveled up with the pistons. You can see there's my gap. Let's get it measured, see what we got. We'll start at 18. Got my feeler gauges here. I'll start at 18. There's 15, 20, 18 right there. Let's see if we can get an 18 in there. Oh, 18 already. See, I want to go to 20. Oh boy, it's pretty loose in there for 18. Let's hope 20 is right on it. I guess I can run them a little bit wider if they have to be. This is... Oh, I'm reading millimeters, you dummy. See that? I was reading in millimeters. What am I doing? It's Friday. It's a long work week. You know, that stuff happens for older guys like myself. 15, 17. Shucks. Come on. Come on. It's hard to hold the camera and do it at the same time. There's 24. There's 22. 21. 20. Oh yeah. She's going to have to go open bigger. I can't get a 20 in there. Let me get the right weights out of here. Okay, I just did some checking off camera. So we've got an 18. Boom. You can get an 18 in there, but I can't get a 19. So I just got 2 thousandths to remove from there. Not much. Let's go ahead and do it. right, so we're all set. All my piston rings are gapped, ready to install on the pistons. First, before I do that, I'm going to put all the rods on the pistons next. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go. What's going on today? It's Saturday now. Last night I was just rolling right through and didn't videotape putting the pistons and rods together and piston rings on the pistons, getting the crank installed, getting it torqued down, because I was just rolling along. Didn't feel like videoing it, but let's give you an update. It's now Saturday morning, 8 a.m. So I'm getting started on this bad boy, try and get it into a long block today, or even closer than that. We'll see how it rolls, but let's show you what we got today. All right, here's where we're at today. I got the crank installed yesterday, put a little block bag on there, but yeah, so crank is installed, turns pretty easy. About 3 or 4, there's 4 thousandths of crankshaft in play, so it's set pretty good. And then I got all my pistons and rods put together. But unfortunately, this is a learning process of a young rookie engine builder as myself. I'm just doing this as myself. Found out that it's pretty important when you put these rods together on the pistons. There's a chamfered edge on the one side and a flat edge on the other side. So the flat edge is supposed to touch each other when the pistons or the rods are installed. For this radius right here, it's on the inside of this rod for the inside chamfer of this part of the crankshaft. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back through these pistons and potentially turn the rods around a little bit on the pistons. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. Once I get everything set for all 8, I will start installing them one by one. And I will update as I do this. So looking forward to getting this done today. Well, I got 3 pistons in and was in the process of flipping these rods around for the radius and stuff. And I was pulling a lock out, and guess where it went? Somewhere flying. So I'm short one lock. So off the jegs. I'll be back. All right, here we go. A little update. I've been working out here all afternoon on this bad boy. So here's what we got. All right, got all the pistons assembled and rods, crank installed. Everything's torqued down. Looking pretty spiffy. And I've got about 15 foot-pounds of or less of rotating mass here when I put my torque wrench on the end of there. About 15 foot-pounds and no resistance. So very low resistance, so that's pretty good. That's what I like to see here. Let's flip it over and take a look at the top. Okay, here we go. Pistons are installed. Look at that. Looking mighty snazzy. Looking real good here, gentlemen. So that's going to be it for a little bit. I got to run out and do some couple errands with Sarah and Nathaniel, and I'll be back on this thing later this evening. Try and get these, kind of get a long block put together. Got to put the oil pump and stuff on next. So I'll be back. See you in a little bit.
Rolling down the boulevard, sun hitting my shades. Oh, yeah. Riding low and slow, this vibe never fades. What's up? Palm trees dancing in the hazy sunlight glow. West Coast rhythm, let the good times flow. Cruising, grooving, feel that funky breeze. Talk boxing and setting speed. miss the morning glaze, but the sunlight hits in so many ways. Grab my shades and hit the streets, no plan, chasing vibes like seashells in the sand. Radio hums a tune I can't name. Crooked smiles, crashing waves, no shame. Flip my phone, toss it in my bag. Today's for us, no time to lag. Feel the world just turning slow. Let the breeze tell us where to go. Every step a beat we can make. Life's a tune, sing it till we break. Concrete warm under my bare feet. Crowds moving like a heartbeat. Skipping stones in city streams we find. Let's write a new story, leave the old behind. Someone's cooking love in the air, I swear. Every spark in their voices shows they care. Colors splash like secrets on these walls.
All right, yeah, so we got some gravel out here today. 20 tons of 57s. Didn't even cover all of this. I mean, it is a little thick right here, but we're going to get it all spread out later as soon as the rain gets out of here. We got some bad storms over there in the west, coming from the west, southwest. So we'll manage. All right, so I'll give you an update where we're at. It's another weekend after last weekend's engine building stuff. So I got my short block right here, got my oil pump on, got my oil pan back off because my goofy butt forgot to put the oil drive shaft in there. So I got it set in there, got the oil pump. I got it welded right there. Not the prettiest weld. I couldn't get it to stick very good with my welder I have, but got that. Got a new ARP bolt there attached to it. So right now I'm getting ready to go ahead and put the oil pan back on, get it buttoned up, and then get the heads on it next. Stay tuned. Okay, everybody, here we go. Here's a little update. Cylinder heads are torqued. Lifters installed. Push rods installed. Torque lube put on all the bolts. All the rocker arms have half a turn of preload on them. This is a hydraulic flat tapping camshaft, so we should be good. Yeah, these are the pretty nice little 1.6 ratio rockers. The brand name, I think I've showed you this before. PRW Sportsman Series rocker arms, 1.6 ratio, and they're gold. I know you won't see them under the valve cover, but yeah, here we go. Oil pan is all set. I'm pretty close, I think, to getting the intake on, or I might, yeah, get the intake on and get everything doing, and then I might prime the engine just sitting here on the engine stand. So I got to put the balancer on next, and I'll update you here in a minute with what I got. All right, here's my priming tool. Let's get this out of the package. Pretty straightforward. It goes on the end of your drill bit, your drill, and then this goes down inside the oil pump, I hope. We'll see. Hang tight. All right. The pump primer is in. Let's give this a whirl and see what we got. All right, let's here we go. It's going to be tough to do with with one hand. 60 pounds. Got some oil flowing on the top of the rockers, trying to get them all up here. Got some oil up there on that one, not on others, so let me turn it over a couple times and see if I can get some more flow up here. Yeah, give the motor a couple revolutions. See if we can get some oil flowing up to the top of the rockers. Really not much coming up. Still good solid 60 pounds. A little bit right there coming up. There's some. Let's give it a couple more turns. All right, a couple more revolutions. Let's see what we get. My drill's getting hot too. A little bit more flow out of the top of the rockers. There's one right there. I mean, it'll come up eventually as this thing gets going. Let's check the other side. Still dry. There's a little bit in that one. Still dry. That one's a little loose. I'm going to have to relash the valves. Well, obviously when it heats up, it'll be a little bit different, but let's give it a couple revolutions and do it again. All right, here we go again. There we go. There's some there, and some down there. It's moving. It'll get there eventually. There's some. Yep, flow. Still 60 pounds. Starting to return back to the... My drill's getting hot. Check the other side. A little bit of flow there. Flow there. A little bit of flow there. Flow there. A little bit of flow there. A little bit of flow there. You can see it dripping down there. That's good. Okay, we're starting to see some flow. That's good. I'm going to do this a little bit more and then we'll call it a night. All right, I think that's going to end up for this weekend. Turned out pretty good, I think. I'm going to polish the valve covers a little bit this evening before we head in for the night. I got a long work trip planned this week, so that's the update from the Weaver Garage for today and the past couple weekends. It's been a few minor setbacks. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this intake manifold, I think it's like this on most of them anyway, but like these bolts, like I had to waller them out because they didn't fit the heads very well. These guys here had to make some adjustments too as well. And this bolt here and this bolt here, this one was extremely tough to get, and that one too. So I had to do a little bit of trimming in there. But I think we're all successful with everything. I'll drain the oil and look at the oil filter, see what it looks like, and yeah, that's it for now. So I appreciate everybody for liking my videos that I'm doing. I'd like to get some more, so tell your friends, tell your neighbors, whatever. I'm out here on the weekends, just being a weekend warrior, working on this thing, and then eventually that thing, when this one's done this summer, we'll move over to it next. But I appreciate everybody's support. Everybody have a good weekend.